beautiful Aquarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for credit card details and I will never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this reading is a little bit different. This is all about what your guides need you to know. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I start your reading. So let's see what comes up for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What are they meant to see for their highest good? What are they meant to know? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. What are they meant to know? What are they meant to see? Now, normally I've been taking 3 cards, but they asked me to take a 4th card. Oh, and a 5th card. That is so unusual. Wow. Well, it looks like it's the 6th card because they wanted me to shuffle again. So there we go. Now, I did a little pre-shuffle before your reading starts. I like to pick up your energy. And 2 of the same cards came out there. One is the one who aches and the one who surprises, okay? So, as I said, I'm going to get all your cards first before I make a comment on the energy that's coming through. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What are they meant to see for their highest good? Can you please guide them? Oh, okay. And one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay. Now, they are coming up with this energy of you being operating mentally on a different level from a lot of people. And sometimes you may feel a little bit detached from some people or scenarios because mentally you see things from a very different viewpoint is what they're indicating. I mean, you're very intelligent. You are an air element, so you are someone who operates heavily in the mind, but you may feel that sometimes people don't understand you, or you feel a little bit misunderstood in some areas of your life because you see things very, very differently from a lot of people. So we'll go deeper on that and see what's coming out, but that's something that they're showing me right now. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? I mean, you got the Emperor twice, so this is a lot of success, a lot of like power that you have to achieve whatever it is you set out to do. You born to stand out here and very determined to succeed. So let us see. Means a lot of ambition here as well. Now, some people think ambition is a dirty word. It's not. It means, you know, you've got the skills, you're talented, you're capable, and you've got the willpower to succeed. So basically that's what ambition is all about. It doesn't mean that you bulldoze over people to get to where you want to go. It just means that you've got an ambitious soul. You have a calling. You feel compelled to do something and achieve it. So the first card we got here is the One Who Forgives. Now, this is a wonderful deck. It's called the El Key Oracle deck by Melanie Delon and Arwen Lynch Poe. It does say she who forgives, but male or female, this is not a gender-specific reading, so I'm going to say the one who forgives, okay, just for the clarity in this reading. And it says remorse, guilt, forgiveness. Now, this is something that they want you to be aware of. I don't feel like you have any remorse or guilt over anything, my beautiful Aquarians. But what they're indicating here is forgiveness is sometimes a very difficult thing to do in life. Now, that's collectively, not just for your sign. They want you to be aware that holding on to any resentment or any resentment or any sort of ill feelings towards a situation actually hurts you more than it hurts the other person or hurts the other situation. So they want you to be aware that forgiveness lightens your karmic load. So you don't forgive a person or a situation to let them off the hook. You forgive the situation so that you don't carry that baggage with you. As you can see, it's elixir, right? So it's almost like drinking the poison and expecting the other person to fall down and have the effects of it, because that's what resentment and anger and all those feelings of remorse or guilt, even if you don't have those feelings. For example, even if like many years ago you're having those woulda, coulda, shoulda conversations with yourself. We cannot live in the past. We can try and atone for what we felt we may have done wrong in the past, but we can't go back to that space. We can only live in the present because the past is an illusion. So whether you feel someone has done you wrong, my beautiful Aquarians, or whether you feel you have done something wrong in the past, they want you to be aware to let those feelings go. Forgive yourself, forgive the people around you. Because it is about you sort of moving forward without that heavy karmic baggage, okay? I don't know who needs to hear that, but that's what's coming up there. The one who forgives. So I feel sometimes you may also feel a little bit, because we've got the moon card here as well, your guides are indicating that sometimes you may feel that you forgive too easily, especially to people you really care about. Okay, so don't feel like that's a weakness. Absolutely not. That's actually a power. Okay, of course, if anyone comes back into your energetic sphere and continues the behavior, and even though they may have apologized for behavior, if they come back in and they exhibit the same behavior, know that that person is in a stuck pattern. Okay, and that we can only meet each other as deeply as we have met ourselves. So not everybody has met you, not everybody has met themselves as deeply as you have met yourself. So you know yourself, you know your actions, you know the power that you have, you know the intelligence that you have and the talent that you have, and not everybody is aware of their own depth because they're afraid to go to those spaces. Now you're quite an airy, you're an air element, so you do tend to live very heavily in that headspace, as it were. Don't overthink things like that because it just keeps you stuck, is what they're indicating. Now you're very passionate, and you're very creative, very talented is what they're giving me, and you're someone who has a lot of power. Now the Emperor card energy is all about leadership, someone who totally bosses up in their world, someone who is a good strategist, and that's exactly what you are. Okay, the Emperor energy is about analyzing the best route to achieve, or finding a plan that is going to work, being really decisive and clear about what you want. Okay, so I feel like you have that empowerment within you with that Emperor energy. You are an authoritative figure, so I feel like you will rise through the ranks in whatever career you set out to achieve. And a lot of you, the energy that I'm feeling, you'll become entrepreneurs because you're more of a leader rather than a follower, if that makes sense. Okay, now also you may feel a lot of responsibility on you. Now this may be responsibility from a past situation, maybe even an argument, or something that's gone wrong in a past situation, or you may feel really responsible for your family, or responsible for because I feel sometimes there's a little bit of a struggle, and you may feel like you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and you may feel a little bit uncertain, and it makes you a little bit nervous or fearful about the journey ahead. Spirit have got your back. They want you to be aware that you're capable of creating and leading in your circumstances. You're capable of transforming your circumstances with your innate power. Okay. Also, the Emperor is about pride, taking pride in what you can achieve and what you do achieve. This is all about order as well. So some of you may find that in some areas of your life, you're very ordered, very clear on what you want. And for example, some of the most successful people, they may be very ordered and clear about what they want to do in their sort of soul path, but then you look at their their bedroom, for example, and it may be like in chaos, or you may look at their office and it may be in chaos. But I feel the way that you lead your life in terms of intending to achieve certain things, like, because the Emperor is all about success. I feel like there is a structure to it. You create a very streamlined energy. Also with this card, I feel this is about confidence, having strong confidence in life. And I feel like deep down, you keep your fears hidden. Okay, you know, the Emperor, you would never guess that the Emperor has fear. You would never guess that the Emperor sometimes doubts his path, but he's human. So we all have those moments of fearing that what if we make a wrong move? Or what if we don't make the right choices? What if we choose the wrong person in love? What if we, you know, we all think about those moments of failure. But remember, there's no such thing as failure, only learning how to do it different another time. Because you're not the sort of person who allows setbacks to keep you stuck. You're the sort of person who is determined to succeed, overcome obstacles, and achieve whatever it is you set out to do. But the Moon card is crossing this, so it may sometimes, you know, they're indicating that using your intuition is important. But when you feel like you have to rely on your intuition, sometimes you feel a little bit of fear. Like, what if I get it wrong? What if I'm really not connected to my intuition and I can't really understand what my intuition is trying to say? So sometimes it's almost like sometimes you surprise yourself as well, because nobody would ever guess that you've got all those hidden fears going on there, because the Moon is all about the hidden. But once you trust your intuition, things just work out in your favor, and you even surprise your own expectations. And they're indicating, your guides are indicating, you have very high expectations of yourself, my beautiful Aquarians. Have some compassion for yourself sometimes, okay? Because they want you to play as much as be focused on business and things like that. They want you to find a balance. The Moon card, now this is interesting because they're actually showing me, and they do this sometimes, they show me an equation. I'm scrying at the same time in the water as I'm reading your energy. Now, your guides are showing me an equation, which means sometimes you can, people try to work you out. They may see that you're like mysterious or some sort of conundrum to try and work out, because you're the sort of person, you're very, not, I don't want to use, well, yeah, I guess quirky, okay? You think outside the box. So that's what I mean. Sometimes you feel like you may stand alone in terms of your ideas, because they're so different. They're so left field from other people. So people may like misunderstand you or be a little bit confused about, it's almost like one moment they think they know who you are, and then the next minute they're like, oh, okay, you've surprised them. I feel like you actually keep a lot hidden, even though you don't mean to. I feel like you are mysterious and magnetic, and a lot of people are attracted to you. Also, ooh, okay, thanks so much. I'm sure we're grateful. Now, I just want to put it like this, okay? I want to put it in the best way. A lot of people, in terms of romance, a lot of people fantasize about you, my beautiful Aquarius. Now, I never get that in my readings, okay? But they're just indicating that a lot of people fantasize about you, but they see you as someone who is very, very powerful, very, very strong, and capable of greatness in the world. But there's a lot of chemistry, a lot of passion, but they feel like they can't quite connect to your emotions. That's what they're giving me, especially with the Emperor twice. Now, the Emperor is a wonderful sort of figure in the Tarot, but is often very closed off to emotions. So either you've experienced something in childhood, could be something like bullying, for example, or a trauma in childhood, or it could be a relationship that you felt crumbled, didn't go the way you hoped, a loving relationship. There's like a barrier. It's almost like you're very independent, fiercely independent, and some people they enjoy being in your energy. There's a lot of chemistry, but it may be difficult to open up to your emotions, is what they're showing me, Aquarius. So you may have a little bit of a blockage around your heart chakra. So that's something that can be released, but it's about identifying it first, because especially when we get hurt as a human, I mean, we're all, even though we're in these grown-ass bodies, we're all, you know, that little inner child, the one that's got dreams, the one that has hopes and wishes and fears and all of those things, but we're that bright spark in the world. And then we've got to grow up, become responsible, mature, pay bills, and try and spin all those plates of life. So sometimes we forget about that inner child. And if you've been hurt or experienced some sort of difficult journey into adulthood in some way, there may be a brick wall around your heart to protect you, because they're showing me this detachment that's going on there. And it often can mean that you are misunderstood. You want to connect in love. You want to open up your emotions, but sometimes you may feel it difficult because there's a little bit of guardedness there. Okay, so just be mindful of that. We can all work through those things. It's better to build a healthy boundary rather than a wall. So just be mindful, because they're showing me a lot of people actually fantasize about you, but they see you as a bit of a mystery to crack, sort of thing. And so, for example, you may how can I put that? Because we've got the Ace of Wands here and the Knight of Wands. It's like you may have like really passionate kind of flings with people, or really passionate affairs with people, and you're capable of this great love. But if for example, you're currently single, there may have been something that has hurt you, or there's a blockage around, because they're indicating here that it's you're lovable. People fall in love with you and they fantasize about you all the time. They fantasize about being with you, but there's something a little bit detached there. Okay, now we've all got that. I'm a Scorpio, so as soon as feelings are involved, is Scorpio trait to protect themselves is to withdraw, and it's not something we want to do, but it's something that naturally comes towards us, and we start to take a step back, not because we don't love, not because we don't want to be with that person, but because we need to protect our energy and work out whether we really want to be in that relationship, or because we know that we're set to give all of our heart and our soul. And that's something that I'm picking up here. Spirit's indicating that you give your heart and your soul. You give everything that you have to a relationship, to a friendship, but you reserve a part of yourself for you, just in case. So just be mindful of that, okay? You're very intuitive. They're showing me. Almost like psychic. You have flashes. You just know things. You don't even know why you just know things. With this moon card, I feel like pay close attention to your dreams, because they really have value. They actually have lots of messages in there for you. And you've got an incredible imagination, they're telling me. You've got incredible imagination. Your ideas are like off the charts. You're so creative. Your ideas are like exciting. Okay, you're the sort of person who creates those like new wave ideas that people are like, damn, where we're at in humanity right now, it's really hard to have any original ideas, because everything is sort of over processed and borrowed from different sources. But you are actually very original. You're the one who thinks outside the box. You have no limits. Okay, and they're indicating that this is a really exciting quality to have. So don't ever doubt your ideas, because they have value. Also, we've got the one who persists. So you're very determined to succeed, especially since we've got that Knight of Wands there as well. You're willing to work hard for what you want to achieve, and you've got a lot of integrity. You're very honest. You're very open. You're very clear on what you want. Very straightforward and direct is what they're giving me. Sometimes that can come across as a little bit like sharp. So if anyone's ever said to you, whoa, that was a bit harsh, it's because you're being direct and honest and blunt and realistic, and you don't sugarcoat for people, because life's too short to be like cotton wooling people, as it were. So I feel like you understand that. And as a Scorpio, I completely agree with you on that, completely, because what's the point? Obviously, you don't want to hurt a person's feelings, and you don't go to set out to hurt a person's feelings. But I feel like you're so direct that people really love it, because part of them wishes they could do the same thing, but they don't have the boldness that you have to actually be able to just speak your mind and just lay it all out in the line. They're indicating here that you're also very astute, very intelligent indeed. Okay, a high IQ is what they're giving me. It says here, perspective, defiant, persistent. You never give up. Okay, whenever you set yourself a task, you smash it out of the park. You're the sort of person who will fight for what is right and fight to achieve whatever it is you set out to do. So they're showing me that tenacity, that bravery, that hardworking dedication that you've come with to this lifetime, okay? We've also got the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is all about that mystery again. So you always keep a part of yourself for you. It's almost like in a little compartment. It's not that you're not being authentic, you are, but I feel like you reserve some of your energy. And you know, we all have an inner world. They're giving me a word now, beautiful word. I think it's come up before in a reading, but I can't really remember 100%. They give me the word sonder, S-O-N-D-E-R, which is to understand that every human has a very rich inner world that is going on day to day. Even when we're walking down the street, people are not just walking down the street. They're thinking about the people they love. They're thinking about what they got to buy for dinner. They're thinking about the great plan. They're thinking about, you know, movies they've seen. There's so many thoughts, but we're not aware of everybody else's inner world because we've all got our own, okay? So they're indicating here that you've got a very rich inner world. And actually with this card, I see that there's a lot of mystical vision. You're actually, you have psychic flashes, you have deep wisdom, subconscious wisdom that you're not even aware of where this information comes from. You just know. You're one of those people in life that just know, okay? Also, you're very private. They're giving me, you're a very private person. That's what you keep a part for yourself. Even in relationships, you always reserve a little part for you. And people may be like, what are you thinking? And you're like, nothing. You know, it's not that you're not thinking anything and you're not hiding anything either. It's just that you believe that sometimes we got to hold a little bit of mystery, or that, you know, the world that we're living in right now, not everybody needs to know everything all the time. You know, we're living in the world of like Big Brother right now. And you feel like some areas of you, there's no access to that, okay? Because you want your private space. It's like serenity. It's like peace, you know. You don't want everybody always trying to be up in your business, knowing everything about you. Also with the High Priestess, I feel like sometimes people see you as not logical about certain things. And actually when they see the process, when they see you at work, for example, if for example you've got a really great idea and they're like, oh, that's weird, no one's ever done that before, and you're like, yeah, I know, that's what's so exciting about it, that's why I'm going to do it. And they're like, I don't think you can do that because it's so like left field. And you're like, well, let's see. And they look at you like you're not logical, but at the same time you see the beauty in things that are not logical, and you make them logical. You just have a way of making things that are a bit left field exciting. You're the maverick. That's what they just said. You're the maverick. You know, you see the possible in the impossible, and that's what your guides love about you. Also, I mean, this is all about knowledge. And also, this is about you. They're trying to remind you as well to trust your higher wisdom, trust your intuition. There's a lot of personal growth that's gone on here. Trust your vibes. Trust your vibes. As you mature, you will know that you can trust yourself and your intuition, because you're gonna second guess yourself along the way in life. And when you do, and when it turns out, when everything turns out, you're gonna be able to see that you were right. Okay, don't ever doubt yourself, because 9 times out of 10 you're right when you listen to your intuition. Now we've got the Ace of Wands here as well. So very, very talented, very creative. Also, you take the initiative. You're not the sort of person who waits for people to tell you when you can do something. You're enterprising. You're that maverick. Okay, you're original. You're brilliant. You're this like bright spark in the world, full of adventure and excitement. This card indicates that you dream big and you're bold enough to actually take that leap of faith and go for whatever it is you set out to do and be successful at it, okay? You also, now, don't shoot the messenger when I say this. I just want to bring up this energy that's coming forward right now, which is sometimes you may start new things and get a little bit bored along the way, and then again start something new. So you may be the sort of person who has many different projects on the go. It doesn't mean that you're not going to finish those projects, but they just want you to be aware of, some of the projects can be left in limbo. For example, you start something and then you get excited by something else. So that's because your brain is like firing on all cylinders. So it's almost like your brain is going a mile a minute, and then your body is trying to catch up with doing all of the things that your brain is like, oh, wouldn't this be a great idea? What about this? That'd be an amazing idea. And I feel like, there's that cycle that you go on in, and you're full of incredible ideas. So each one has value. Try to finish what you start is what they're kind of bringing forward, okay? And I'm not pointing a finger at you, my beautiful Aquarians. We all have that at some point in our life. We all get really excited by the world and get distracted by another exciting opportunity as well. Now, with this card as well, they're showing me that you're inspired to turn your dreams into reality, okay? You're blossoming. You are the hero or the heroine of your own story. And a lot of you, the experiences that you've had in life, Spirit's indicating that you could write a book. You could literally write a book about all of your experiences. Because you've got a real connection between, you got a real empathy with humans, but also you've got something really interesting to say. So if you've ever been asking, well, I know I could write a book, but maybe nobody would be like interested in it. You've got so much more interesting things to fill those pages than a lot of people. So don't ever think that you don't, okay? They're showing me how much you're passionate. They're telling me that you're very passionate. And you will be very, very successful. So always dream big. Also, they're indicating that they walk by your side and they fully support your dreams and your goals, okay? Always be daring. That's what they're showing me. Maybe that's a motto, because they're showing me that you are always daring. You're willing to go that extra mile for things that excite you, that things that you're passionate about. You are the great achiever in life, okay? And the universe is actually going to bring you an opportunity very, very soon. Something that you've been trying to manifest, but you felt uncertain as to whether it was possible. You are making the impossible possible. Now, you may have some Gemini placements, because I did a Gemini reading there a couple of days ago about something else. And their actual reading, I think, was called Making the Impossible Possible. So maybe you've got some Gemini placements, but because it is an air element just like you, it could be that there is a crossover energy coming up there, okay? Now, we've also got the one who becomes, okay? So I feel very much like as you mature, this is an obvious thing to say, we all become the people that we all set out to be in the first place. But I feel like you have many transformations from your mind. Metamorphosis, transcend, journey. And as you can see, that figure is pointing at her head, pointing at her brain, and it's all illuminated, okay? So you have incredible power of thought, analysis, judgment, and rationality. You're great at, when you set yourself an intention, you're very decisive. You know what you want. You're very clear thinking when you see the object of your desire. And I feel like you're capable of tuning in to the best possible way to get to where you want to go. Remember, your ideas are so important. So important. And a lot of you will actually be entrepreneurs in your lifetime, or you'll rise to positions of authority in some way, or boss energy. You know, you may be a leader, because this is a leader card. So I feel you're capable of giving good advice as well to people who are very uncertain about their path, or people who are really frustrated with the journey. You're the sort of person who can give people a pep talk and really raise their spirits, is what they're indicating as well. Now, the one who aches, Perpetua. And it says sadness, solitude, silent withdrawal. And we've also got the Hermit here. So this is a withdrawal card. Now, sometimes you feel a little bit overburdened or overwhelmed by life, and it makes you feel really down, depressed. And sometimes you need to escape. So that's what I feel like, this detachment. Sometimes you need to detach. And that's a natural state. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, don't fight it. When you need to withdraw, take that time out. It's only temporary time out to really renew your energy, because if you've got your brain working a mile a minute over time, all the time, you're going to eventually burn yourself out. Just take that step back. But I'm going to pull a card on the one that aches. Okay, so if you're in a solitary energy, for example, and you're looking for love, you may feel like your love life has gone really cold, or you may have felt like there was bad luck in terms of your love life. That's all about to thaw out, is what they're indicating. You're about to connect to a love relationship if you're looking for one. If you're already in a relationship, I feel voicing your concerns whenever things, don't go the way you'd hoped. Don't bury it down, okay? Don't sit there in silence and accept If something's not right, speak up, speak your truth, okay? Don't be all up in your head about it. I know air is, you know, the element of the mind, but it's also the element of communication. And don't suppress it. Don't, because you'll end up being very, very sorrowful. If the High Priestess in the reverse, yeah, this is about repression, okay? Repression there. Also, there could be some sort of mistrust or trust issues that you've experienced in your lifetime, and that's what's made you close down or shut a part of yourself off sometimes, okay? It's almost like your body may be there, but sometimes the mind leaves the circumstance. It's almost like, you know, your body may be there, but you have a way of just shutting down where you just airlift yourself out of a situation, even though, how can I put that? You can disconnect. When someone, say for example, you're having an argument, somehow you may like disconnect in some way. Not to say that you can't give as good as you get in an argument, but I feel it's more about you become all heady about it, okay? Yeah, you got a new focus. So we've got the Page of Swords here, which Page of Swords is about, you know, if you feel like there's trust issues, for example, or you're repressing something from childhood, they're really indicating there to dig deeper on it, you know, investigate it a little bit further so you can release any blockage that you feel is getting in your way, okay? You're very good at sometimes patching over things and sort of like putting a brave face on things, being that warrior kind of spirit where you're like, you know what? It's fine. I'm just going to get up and move on. I'm going to forget about that. But you need to process these hidden feelings or process these feelings. Don't allow them to just stay down and fester. Let them all out, because one day, I can assure you, human beings, we're all the same in one way. If we suppress emotions that have not been processed, eventually they build and they build and they build, and then they come like a waterfall or a dam busting, and it all flows at the most inconvenient time in our life, okay? So make sure you don't keep all those feelings down. Let them out. Now, we'll come to that card in a moment, the Hermit. We've got here as well, the one who surprises. And it says, surprise, discovery, revelation. Now, this is also, I mean, Aquarius, you are, you represent the star energy. So you're the sort of person who naturally should be in the spotlight, someone who is capable of great success or fame, fortune, someone who, you know, has a lot of hope in the world, someone who is actually quite calm and peaceful most of the time, but deep down there's a little bit of anxiety there. I mean, we've all got that. But sometimes you hesitate from the light. You don't really truly want to be the center of attention. But as you mature, you will find your way naturally towards it, just so you're aware. And I feel like you will surprise yourself. You will meet your expectations in life and then some. Also, for all those people who may have felt like you could not achieve something or were envious of your position, I feel like you will show them what you're made of. You will make your mark. You will step into that spotlight. Don't be hesitant, okay? Don't be standing in the shadows, because you're capable of great success. Allow yourself to shine. Allow yourself to transform. Confidence is important, they're indicating. Whilst you do have an element of confidence, deep down, as I said, there's a little bit of anxiety there that sometimes you doubt your wonderful self. And it's more about doubting your intuition that I'm picking up on here as well. You're going to surprise a lot of people with regards to your success. And I feel you're not setting out to prove anybody wrong. I feel like you're setting out to prove to yourself that you can achieve whatever it is you set out to do, and you will, okay? Now, they're also indicating during moments of downtime where nothing is happening, sometimes you may feel a little bit frustrated and impatient. Just be mindful that it gives you an opportunity to look for inner wisdom. It gives you an opportunity to re-examine your priorities in life and make sure you want what you're setting out to do, because we all change from moment to moment. What you wanted 10 years ago may not be what you want right now. So during moments of pause in life, that's the universe giving us all an opportunity to just sit and comprehend our inner knowledge, our inner truth, gain enlightenment as we reflect during downtimes. So don't feel frustrated. Those downtimes are meant to come for a reason. You know, there is purpose in pause or impatience. Okay, we've also got the one who surrenders, chains, bondage, release. So if there's anything holding you back at all, I feel, my beautiful Aquarians, sometimes it may be about your emotions. That's the only thing, like allowing your emotions to come to the surface. Easier said than done, I know, my beautiful Aquarians, but they're just showing me this level of detachment, which doesn't, I mean, you're a very feeling person. You love with wild abandon. When you get into a relationship, you're all in. Your heart is so pure and passionate and wise and loving. But I feel like it's almost like sometimes you're in the car and you're driving, but with the brakes on a little bit, okay? Don't stifle your wonderful self. Release yourself. Also, they're indicating no one gets to control you. Okay, if anyone tries to control you in any shape or form, my beautiful Aquarians, you are off. You can't see you for dust. That's what they're indicating there. So I feel, you know, that's in relationships or careers or in family relationships, friendships, all of those things. If you feel like someone is trying to dominate your energy in some way or be manipulative, it's like you disperse into thin air, quite literally. You're like, you're gone, okay? You need that element of freedom. Yeah, to be chained in a situation, I mean, that's, some people are really good with being chained down with things. They like the stability. But what they're indicating here, it makes you feel like you've lost everything. You've lost your independence, and you're a very independent person. You're the sort of person that, you know, if you're let to roam, and I said this, I think I said this in the Gemini reading as well, because a similar energy came up. So there is a bit of an air crossover energy coming here. If you're let to roam the world and do whatever, you know, your heart's desire, you always find your way home to where your heart belongs. Whether that's in a relationship, friendship, family, soul tribe setting, you will always find your way to where you feel like you're home. But you need to know that you can have that freedom. And that's where you know, you feel happiest. Now, yeah, they're showing me here with the waiting game of life. It's almost like sometimes you may feel a little bit alone in this energy, or you may feel, basically, the Hangman is about other perspectives, and the Hermit energy is about solitary energy. So sometimes, as you've got so many wonderful ideas and you think outside the box, you feel like you're alone. You are that maverick. So sometimes it's wonderful to have that ability to be so different and so unique. But sometimes it's lonely at the top is what they're kind of giving me. So just be mindful of that energy. The Hangman is all about finding new ways of doing things, ending restrictions or releasing restrictions. And I feel like it gives you time to reflect, though. The pause gives you time to reflect, to manifest new opportunities. But you give a lot of sacrifice. You sacrifice so much for people that you care about, and sometimes you may feel that you're unappreciated, okay? Even though people don't tell you, they actually, they really love you. You're fun to be with, you're exciting to be with, you're very powerful in your energy, you've got wonderful creative ideas, you're adventurous, you're kind, and deep down, you're very emotional, but you may cover it, or you don't allow that emotion to come to the surface often. But I feel like you are appreciated more than you realize is what they're indicating, and you're loved more than you realize as well. With the Hangman energy, I'm also picking up an energy of great insight, okay? You have great insight, and you're the sort of person who accepts everyone for who they are. So you do always see that, like, variety is the spice of life. You don't like the fact that everybody should think the same or dress the same, or you like things to be unique. And you may be the sort of person who's a very snappy dresser. You dress differently from other people. You just you're set apart from others. So whilst that can feel a little bit lonely sometimes, it's actually something that people really admire you for. So just be aware of that, okay? The Hermit energy indicates your intelligence, okay? Because this is the wise old sage. Also, you endure a lot. You sacrifice a lot. You endure a lot to get to where you want to go. And you always find a solution in uncertain circumstances to find a way to thrive and be successful. you try really hard to keep the hope alive. There are moments where you feel a little bit clouded or confused and you feel a test of faith, but I feel you always find your way back out into the sun, into the positivity. Also, they really want you to be aware that you work really hard and you've got so many wonderful ideas. Please, please, please make sure you take some time out to have a rest, okay? Because during that downtime, it also gives you an opportunity to see things from another person's viewpoint. And whilst, you know, you do think outside the box, we all could benefit from walking in other people's shoes or seeing things from their own, from a different viewpoint, because that gives us greater understanding of human beings. Okay, because you can never truly understand what I go through because you've not walked in my shoes, and vice versa. But I can empathize, I can try to understand, but I will never know. And that's what's, you know, that's, I feel like you understand that as well in life. So they're indicating always keep yourself open to different viewpoints. And that's what gives you your power. You're the sort of person, I mean, I keep giving it or getting this energy, which is about you being a leader, someone who is very, very powerful. Also your crown chakra, which is that deep knowing. You just know information. Your crown chakra is very active. And that's why sometimes you may get a lot of tension headaches, is what they're giving me. A lot of tension headaches because a lot of your energy is concentrated at the top of your head. So just be mindful of that. To just not mentally exhaust yourself all the time. And, you know, having quick fixes like, you know, popping an Advil or something like that for a headache, you know, that's not something long-term that's very healthy. So better to take a little step back and withdraw and rest your brain and then come back on into the fray when you're ready, okay? But the Emperor, you're very noble. You're very, a lot of integrity here. A lot of integrity. They're giving me the word scholar, so they're giving me how shrewd and how intelligent you are and how knowledgeable you are, but also you always help other people. You always have good advice for other people. So I feel like people admire you, and often from afar, but they admire you to always want to do the right thing, is what they're giving me here. And finally, we've got the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is someone who is very hardworking, someone who's determined for excitement in the world, and, you know, to keep their energy, their passions alive. You're very daring, okay? So I feel like whatever it is that you do for a living or whatever it is you want in life, you're bold. You're willing to go after that big dream, and you're capable of achieving it too. This is an unstoppable energy. So anything you desire, you got it. As long as you apply yourself to it and you got that motivation to succeed, which you do, okay? You're bold enough to go for it. Trust your vision and act accordingly. Remain true to what you want and what you value, and you will never ever stray from your path, okay? Also, they're indicating that sometimes you need to remember all this work and hard work and structure needs some excitement. You tend to feel a little bit suffocated by the humdrum of life. So, you know, getting into like a habit or a repetitive cycle like Groundhog Day, it dampens your spirits. And they want you to be aware that to keep life exciting, you may take on like little mini projects, or, you know, you may find things like, what's that word? Spirit, could you help me? I'm trying to find the word. No, not entrepreneurial. They give me entrepreneurial. Freelance. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. You know, projects or freelance work may excite you a lot more. So being an entrepreneur is probably a little bit more, you know, suited to you to be your own boss. Also with the Knight of Wands, you have courage, a lot of courage. And you may feel like you always need to explore and push your own boundaries. You're capable of going the distance, and they're giving me that word enterprise, okay? Now, they're always indicating here, make sure you've got a plan. Don't be reckless in your judgment, okay? Because sometimes you can be really spontaneous, which is wonderful and exciting, but don't let it allow you to be reckless. Make sure there's always a plan to back up whatever it is that you're setting out to do, because it just grounds your energy a little bit more. a free spirit. They're just giving me this energy of you're a free spirit and you have a lust for life that is rarely matched by others. And you're capable of great success and passion. Okay, now I'm going to get some final cards for you. You're going to reach great success in life. And if you've already, if you've come to, for example, you're retired at the moment, or you're not working at the moment. If you're not working, there's definitely a job coming on in here for you that sees you in a really awesome position. And a lot of you are already, if you haven't already, setting up your own business. And I feel like your tenacity to succeed will take you exactly there. You're manifesting what you want in many forms, and you will create the lifestyle that you've always set out to lead. Okay, if you're already retired, for example, I feel like you need a creative hobby to keep your mind active. And I feel because you're not the sort of person who likes to wait around. You're not the sort of person who twiddles your thumbs and, you know, I feel like you're in charge of your own luck and your own happiness. So I feel a creative pursuit is important to have. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. They've asked me to go again, so I will. And next cards we have is Sea Otter, Happiness. Sea Otter, Happiness, very playful spirit, okay? It says, be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Okay, so if you are looking for love, you're about to find it. If you're already in a loving relationship, I feel, you know, opening your heart and letting your partner in a little bit more, I feel like it's safe to do so, just so you're aware. Also, make sure there is balance, is what they're giving me. Being an overgiver is wonderful, but it often depletes your energy. So make sure that you're not the person who is overburdened or overstretches yourself, because when we always give and give and give to a person or to a situation, that person will always expect, or that situation will always expect more and more and more, and it leads us out of balance. Okay, and I said this in another reading as well. It's just come up briefly. Be mindful of idolizing people, because you often put people on pedestals, and then you're looking up at that person. You've put yourself below them. You may not have realized it, but by putting someone on a pedestal and idolizing, you're taking away your power. It's almost like you're feeling like you're not enough to match their energy, and you are. So don't doubt your wonderful self. Always have confidence in that, my beautiful Aquarians. Okay, but yeah. Open up to love there, and also to playful energy. The Emperor card, the history of the Emperor card, there always used to be like the Fool in the background of the Emperor card, because it was always to remind the Emperor to have fun, because there's a lot of responsibility on the Emperor's shoulders, and you may have felt a little bit alone in your responsibilities. Like you always have to, look after your family, or you feel responsible to get a good job and get good money, things like that. Remember to have some play as well. Try to find that work-life balance. I know it's very difficult right now. We're going through a major pandemic, and economically things are all shot in the foot and everything. It's awful what's going on in the world at the moment. But remember, to have some me time, okay? Take some time out, rest that beautiful brain of yours and that soul of yours, and just breathe, okay? We've also got inner knowing, Goose, okay? As I said, I feel like you've got this inner wisdom, this inner vision. Trust it. You came to this lifetime with a lot of knowledge to employ on the physical space. It says, you are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. Okay, being an air element, you absolutely must allow yourself to fly, even if you fear. What if things go wrong? Remember, there's no such thing as failure. Only you learn how to change and do something different. The great minds of our time, the great inventors of our time, all geniuses, all with that sharp as a tack brain, they didn't wake up one morning and say, aha, I know how to make electricity. Aha, I've made a car. They took years to perfect their skills, and each time things did not go in their favor, they're like, okay, that didn't work, but what if I try this instead? okay, that didn't work. I know not to do that again, but if I do this, this will be successful. And eventually they got to their eureka moment, okay? And finally, we've got owl magic, which is another sign of your inner wisdom, being an old soul, okay? Interesting that you've got two air cards here because there's birds, and we do have a little bit of that water element card coming through there because of a bit of a blockage when it comes to your emotional space. It says, choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Okay? I'm just going to let that cyclist go past. So magic and wisdom are your birthright. That's what you came here to be. You are magical. You bring magic to the world. You are unique. They're showing me fingerprints right now. When they do that, that is to indicate that there is no one like you, my beautiful Aquarians. You're wonderful. You're quirky. You think outside the box. You're original. And that is your superpower. So embrace it, okay? Also, you're capable of seeing the bigger picture. That's a great strategist. So again, a maverick kind of energy. Let's see what other advice Spirit has for you before we close the reading. Thank you so much, Spirit guides, good angels. What else do my beautiful Aquarians need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Thank you so much. Oh, okay. So we have... Oh, okay. Some of these cards came out. This is so interesting. I'm sure these came out for the Gemini reading as well. That is crazy. Okay. So it says here, those that lie down with dogs get up with fleas. Okay. So basically that's about your commitment to things, seeing the red flags, for example, and knowing what you could get out of the situation. So be prepared to, basically, I feel it's like, know what you're getting into, for example, okay? Those that lie down with dogs get up with fleas. So this could be also about being a bit more discerning about the energy or the people, the scenarios that you find yourself in. So I guess that's a piece of advice for everybody, really. We've also got preparation. If you want the victory, be prepared for the fight. And you are prepared to fight and win, my beautiful Aquarians. I feel like everything you've ever gone through in life has been a struggle. It has been, an uphill battle sometimes, but you're strong enough to endure the fight. You've got the Hermit energy there with the bear. The bear represents endurance. So you're the sort of person who never gives up. And that's what came up right there, the one who persists. So it says, time to plan, don't get caught off guard. Okay, so that's what Spirit was bringing through earlier. Your guide said, make sure you have a plan to keep everything grounded. The Spirit dance is life is a dance between making it happen and letting it happen. Movement, guided spirit, flexibility. So there's the moments that you need to be aware of where you need to lead, be that entrepreneurial spirit or be that maverick, and then to take, your foot sort of off the brake a little bit and allow the universe to come towards you with good opportunities, good karma, and be in that flow of life, because it doesn't always have to be a struggle, okay? We've also got a danger foreseen is half avoided. So trust your inner vision, trust your intuition, because you have that knowledge. You know when something feels off, so don't ignore your inner wisdom, okay? Let it be your guide. They just said, let it be your guide. We've also got, not every sweet root gives birth to sweet grass. So that's all about, all that glitters is not gold, and you seeing beyond that. You're capable of seeing the truth of every situation because you have a wonderful, astute mind that pierces, the energy. I feel like you are very emphatic. You pick up on the undercurrent, the subtext of what people say or their motivations and their intentions. Trust your intuition. You're right on target, they just said. You're right on target. We've got the staff, which is take stock of a situation before making a decision. So that's, again, not being reckless and rushing into things. Take that time to pause. Okay, remember I said pausing is to allow, it has a purpose. It allows you to re-examine your motives, re-examine the scenario before you actually commit to something. It says stand firm, spiritual power, wait. Not everything has to be in the fast lane, okay? Also, confidence. Your success will be determined by your own confidence. We got 2 Emperor cards here. So as you mature, your confidence will grow. Please trust in your power, my beautiful Aquarians, because you are very, very powerful, more powerful than you know. And it says here, self-image, love yourself, outlook, believing. Believe and you shall receive. And believe in yourself, my beautiful Aquarians, because if you do not, who else will? If you believe you can do something, you are right, because you've got that motivation, that drive to do it. If you believe you cannot do something, you're also right, because then you'll lose the motivation, the willpower, and the drive. But as I can see with your cards and the energy they're giving me, you've got what it takes to be whatever you want to be, okay? And you've got that energy that will lead you to where you want to go. And finally, and most importantly, our first teacher is our own heart. So listen to it at all stages in your life, my beautiful Aquarius. It will never lead you astray, okay? Now finally, oh no, I was going to get you some ruins, but they reminded me of the Personal Power Oracle deck. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Final cards for my beautiful Aquarians. What do they need to be reminded of? Can you please guide them for their, okay, they just want 2 of those. The first one is, I am open to receive. So remember that blockage, smash that wall down and open your arms wide open to receive the abundance, to receive the love, to receive everything that you set out to do, okay? And also we've got, I deserve respect. Remember, you are appreciated. Some people don't tell you that, but they do admire you, especially from afar, okay? And you definitely deserve respect. Everybody does, but something you need to remember. Now, oh, okay. Is that 3? I closed my eyes when I picked the ruins. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3. Okay. Let me feel the energy from this one. Okay. Oh, wow. So this is, I mean, this is, basically this is the man ruin. This is about being a human, okay? To know thyself. You're very modest. Also, it is the thinking man. Very creative. Be mindful of getting stuck in your head, my beautiful Aquarians, because it can lead to a little bit of analysis paralysis when you're trying to make a decision. But as soon as you've decided, then you're really like bang on it. You're really straightforward. But there may be moments of indecision. Remember, you're a human being. Experience. Thank you so much. I'm sure they said, remember, you're a human being and not a human doing. So don't always feel like you have to spin all the plates in life, and actually be on the go all the time. Take some time out to rest, they're indicating there. Wow. Okay, so this is the wisdom. They're showing me wisdom here. This is a knowledge. You're a student of life. You absorb so much. You've got a lot of inspirational gifts. And you give so much good advice. You've come to this lifetime with so much knowledge. And you use it for good, is what they're indicating there with that particular ruin. Yeah, knowledge is your superpower. And sorry, I'm just trying to pick up the energy of this one. This is progress. This is, again, this is more knowledge. They're showing me how intelligent you are. This is the wood ruin, and that's about energy, being grounded. Also having that lust for life, rapport with a lot of people. Your positivity will actually attract more situations to be positive for, is what they're indicating, okay? So they're just showing me how knowledgeable you are, how much wisdom you have, and how to remember that you're a human being, not a human doing, okay? So have some compassion for your wonderful self. So I'll leave that there. I hope something did resonate in that reading for you. If you'd like to win the chance to win a free personal reading, all you have to do is every morning when you wake up, thank the universe, be grateful for everything that you have received so far and everything you have yet to receive, okay? Because the more grateful you are, the more you attract situations to be grateful for. So be mindful of that. All you have to do in the comments box below is put this sentence: I have an attitude of gratitude. And you put that in the comments box below, and I'll gravitate towards one lucky subscriber on the 28th of April, and I'll announce the winner in a video upload only. Also, if something resonated in this reading for you, please like or subscribe to my channel. It's completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell. That lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me. Now, my breath went a little bit staccato there, and this is not going to resonate for everyone, but they're showing me that someone's just had an asthma attack or something like that. So if that's you, you had to have your asthma pump, because I'm feeling really breathy right now. If that's you, sending you a huge hug there. Hope you're okay. Sending so much love. But they're just indicating that they're picking up on your energy, and they want you to be aware there's something in this message for you. That's not going to resonate for everyone, of course, but it could also mean that sometimes, my beautiful Aquarians, if it doesn't resonate with you on the physical sense in this moment, it can mean that sometimes you live life in the fast lane and you're allowed to catch a breath. You're allowed to take some time off. You're allowed to take some me time. You don't always have to be, doing your duties and, feeling responsible for everything. Take some breath. Easier said than done, I know, but if you can find a pocket, a little moment for you, your brain will thank you for it. Just breathe, okay? So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians. Love and light.